90% of ServiceNow developers fail this business rules execution order question in interviews. Let's start. If you don't know exactly when display before, after, and async rules run, you will write wrong logic in real projects. Why? Before knowing that concept, first we can understand the business rules. Then we can easily answer that. So, for example, ServiceNow executes business rules in a fixed order, just like how an exam paper is written, collected, evaluated, notified, and finally viewed. We can take an example of exam paper, writing an examination. So what's the process? While writing an examination, we are writing examination, then we are give to the teacher, then teacher will collect, then evaluate, notified, finally results will view. Same that order will execute like this way. Before business rule, database commit, after business rule, async business rule, display business rules. We have mainly 4 types of business rules available: before, after, async, display. But in the case of execution order, display business rule, it's not considered as it's not part of saving process. Why? Let's start. Before business rule is a rule that runs before a record is saved to the database. Nothing but before, say, insert, update, or delete. We can compare with the examination. Writing the exam and checking the sheet. What happening in the exam? We are writing the exam. Student writes the answers. Teacher checks. What teacher checks? Roll number correct or not? All questions answered or not? Total marks calculated or not? She will check. Exactly, we can compare with the ServiceNow incident form. We can compare before business rule with the incident form. What's the use of before business rule? The use of business rule is auto calculate priorities, validation of colors, and assignment groups, making a auto assignment and making mandatory. These things done by before business rule. Why it run first? Because data must be correct before saving. Before saving data, it should be correct. That's why first before business rule will run. Then after business rule. Then after business rule, after submitting data, it should be saved when the record is finally written into the ServiceNow database. Let's compare with the examination. So answer sheet will collected and logged. So what happening in the examination? The teacher collects the sheet. Student cannot change anything. Once we can submit the answer sheets, we can't do any modifications because already it was saved into the database. Same logic we can apply to the incident form. So incident is saved to the database, incident number generated. We can't do any modifications once it go to the server. Next point. So first before business rule will run, then we can discuss about after business rule. The concept of after business rule is a rule that runs after the record is saved into the database. So after commitment of the data into database. Then we can compare with this with the examination. So first before business rule, we can compare as before writing exam, while writing exam. Then after saving. Then after business rule, we can compare with the marks entered in register. So teacher updates marks in register, the department records updated. Same like in incident form, create SLA records, update reporting tables, create related tasks. So after business rule, react to saved data. Then async business rule. The concept of async business rule is the record is saved first. The user gets the response immediately and the rules run later in background. Let's compare with examination. So Before business rule, we can consider as writing examination. After that, data saved. Then after business rule, we'll execute the data. Execute. Then after marks, the data will be sent to the via email or SMS. So student does not no need to wait because already SMS will come. Same we can compare with the ServiceNow business rules incident form. So send notification emails, log audit details, trigger integrations. So async business rules run in the background. So order of priority is first run before business rule, then after business rule, then async business rule. Then coming to the display business rule, when we open an instance, this rule runs first and then form is shown. Let's say an example with compare with the writing examination. So after writing examination, teacher collects the sheets. We can consider save data. Then after marks will enter. We can compare as the after business rule. Then after business rule, what happening? Marks will go to the students via SMS or email. Then this stage we can consider with the async business rule. Then finally, student views marks. Once view mark, we can't change. Student won't change, won't able to change. Same logic apply for the instance table. Show warning messages, make fields read only, hide internal fields. That's why display business rule control UI only. It can't control the server. Runs only when form opens. No database change. Server means database changes, no? Server nothing but called as database. So we can't change database with the use of display business rule. Now coming to the point, order of execution. So display business rule, when it will work? While form load, opening a record. When it will happen? User open an instant record, no save action happens. So what runs first? Display business rule first. Key point includes runs only on form open and runs first in form load. Use it for UI only. Does not save data. Do not run for background script. Import sets and REST APIs. So please consider this point. I will explain with practical scenario. And the next scenario is flow 2. It will apply for the while save or update. When does this happen? User clicks save or update or submit. Execution order includes before business rule, database commit, after business rule, async business rule. Please carefully listen because interviewer will confuse with his questions. If we understand logic very well, we can answer very easily without confusions. Then this is the real execution order. This is what interviewer asks. Display business rule does not run here because while loading only it will apply. So while loading data, display business rule will execute first. But while saved to the database, before business rule, then after business rule, then async business rule will execute the order. Please remember these words. Display business rule will execute first on while form load only. But in case of before, after async display, async business rules will stay flow. Execute this flow. And some cautions are there, wrong statements are there. Display runs before, during save. It won't correct. Display is part of execution order while saving. It won't correct. Display runs after the async. It also not correct. Please carefully about these words. Finally, we can conclude as display business rules run when a form is opened. During record save, the execution order is before, commit, after, and async. I will show a practical demo. Let's start with open with instant form. While opening instant form, display business rule will execute first. So we are not saving database. We are not changing any modifications. But while modification or while saving anything, let's say I am saving from new to in progress, then update. Then order of execution is a before business rule, after business rule, async business rule. Then I'm loading the incident. I'm just opening the incident. This time display business rule will execute first. This is the difference. Now we are loading. While loading, display business rule will execute order. So this is the golden rule. Display business rule runs when form is opened. Just now we are opening form. Now I am opening the incident 10014. This time display business rule will execute first. Now what happening? I am changing or updating or deleting task. That's why updating I'm keeping to on hold. Then updating. In this case, execution order is before, after async. So execution order is before business rule, database commit, after business rule, async business rule. But while loading form, display business rule will execute first. This is main difference. Interviewer will focus on this only. That's all, guys. If you feel this video truly added value, you are welcome to subscribe. Thank you for your valuable time. Wish you all the best. ServiceNow Learn Easy by Praveen Amina YouTube channel. Thanking you.